Okay, so looks like we're good to go. Whoever joins, joins. So let's get into it. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NerdyMark News Show. First of all, it's been way too damn long since I've done these. Um, the thing is, though, this week is going to be relatively short because, first of all, there's not too much news going on in like all the different realms that I like to cover on this channel. Um, and second of all, we have Takeover later this tonight, and three, I actually have some work to finish. So I want to make this quick. I want to make this as quick as possible, but you know, at the same time, be able to still kind of put some stuff out there. Let me just put this here and turn this off. Okay, I'm going to read comments as they come in. I'm not really, whoever joins, joins, frankly. That's just kind of how I'm doing things these days is just, just do what I got to do and, just whatever happens, happens. I'm going to kind of stop worrying about, oh, who's showing up, who didn't show up, It's just, and by the way, it's not a knock on anybody. It's just, just kind of the life, the kind of attitude that I'm starting to adopt in life. And frankly, there's no mental health Monday or any mental health video this week, just because I'm still kind of doing, kind of learning about myself a little bit more. I'm still kind of doing some more. I don't know if I want to say soul searching, but I'm definitely having to really read up on some stuff and seeing how I can incorporate it into my life. And maybe I'll talk about that this tomorrow. So, let's kind of get into some stuff. Excuse me. We only have two wrestling, not wrestling. Just we have two pieces of news to talk about. Oh, also during Takeover, during the Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly match, I will be going live on my Instagram. So follow me there, Sids500, if you would like to watch the match with me. I will not be showing the actual match or any footage. And frankly, I'm going to be keeping the volume relatively low. But if you want, we can. But yeah, but if you want, you can definitely join me. You can kind of interact with me. It's always good to have some company. I don't like watching wrestling by myself. I just don't. But sometimes I just got to do what I got to do, right? But anyway, so finish my coffee. That's one thing. All right, so we're already like 3 minutes into this, and I haven't talked about a single damn thing. All right, let's dive right into some wrestling news, and we'll start with some of our biggest return. We had some big returns this week. I mean, you see them on the graphic there, but we'll go through it one by one. Let's talk about the big one, the elephant in the room, as it were. One, Phil Brooks, also known as CM Punk. AEW have been doing a good job of like teasing it. There are times where they weren't even like apologetic about teasing CM Punk. But I was still one of those people who, a lot of people said, oh yeah, he's coming. I personally said, you know what? I will wait until he's actually showing up in an AEW ring. And he did. So there you go. It was a great moment. It was a very, very interesting time now to be a wrestling fan, just because it's like, this is a guy who said he would never return to wrestling. Well, okay, not true. He never said that he would never return to wrestling. I think he said he would never return to WWE. And I don't blame him. And he came back, and he basically said, "Oh, what is this? Oh, sorry, I'm getting likes on one of my posts." He came back to a huge pop in Chicago. I'm telling you right now, man. If he did not show up that week, I'm pretty sure we would have rioted. The people would have rioted because everyone was expecting CM Punk. But anyway, CM Punk came out to, of course, he came out to Cult of Personality. I mean, uh, Tony Khan shelled out the money and pulled out his pocketbook and wrote out the check. I'm pretty sure that Living Color was more than happy to let him use it when they told him that it was for CM Punk, because let's face it, CM Punk, because after they used it in WWE, I'm pretty sure that every time his music played, they got a lot of revenue. So I'm pretty sure they send CM Punk a fruit basket every month because of all the money he's made them through royalties. Anyway, I don't want to talk too. I don't want to take too long, but we got two other returns to talk about. But CM Punk came back to an AEW ring. He, it was like I said, it was just a great moment, just feeling that energy. It was really cool, and he cut a promo, cut a decent really good promo. Like I think the first 10 minutes of Rampage was just CM Punk, and he cut a really good promo. He sat on the floor, on the ring. I mean, not on the floor, and he basically talked about how he left pro wrestling in 2005, and he came back to pro wrestling in 2021. So he basically said that WWE is not pro wrestling, and I don't disagree with him. Actually, I mean it's not pro wrestling. It's sports entertainment, whatever that may be. Such an obscure term, isn't it? Sports entertainment. Anyway, but I think it was just really, really cool to see CM Punk back in a wrestling ring at some capacity. It was really cool because I feel like it's one of those. It's just like because everybody wanted it for so long. For 7 years he left. He left the wrestling scene for 7 whole years, and now he's back. And it's been amazing. It's been a really interesting, past 48 hours, I guess, since he's came back, because everybody's still buzzing and still talking about it, as they should, because this is probably the biggest return in recent wrestling history. So, yeah, I'll be honest with you, I'm not as big of a fan of Punk as many people are. Okay, and I've said this many times. When I first saw CM Punk, he was feuding with Jeff Hardy, and I was a big Jeff Hardy mark. So I was just like, "Who's this freaking stupid guy? Who's this idiot CM Punk? Get him out of here!" I hope Jeff Hardy beats the shit out of him. But as time went on, I kind of see what I don't deny his star power at all. Okay, now I think that it was wrong. The way they treated him in WWE was absolutely wrong. I mean, he was your champion, and you just didn't treat him as such. I mean, so much so as to saying that Dwayne and Cena were main evented instead of Punk because I don't know, he has like your top belt, but you're gonna put Dwayne in the main event. So I mean, that's one of the biggest things that he was pissed off about. So yeah, I mean, that was interesting. I mean, like his feud with he somehow just randomly turned heel on The Rock, and it was a mess. It was definitely a bit of a mess from what I've seen. But yeah, I think CM Punk coming back, it's going to be very interesting. He did cut a promo. He basically said he couldn't get healthy where he was. So and it seems to be something that a lot of people are saying. A lot of people who leave WWE keep saying. But I feel like it was just a really, really great moment. Just an amazing the way they did it. They executed it really well. And oh, by the way, he finally got his ice cream bars because he basically said, as you leave the United Center, pick up a free ice cream bar on me, and there was actually like ice cream bars there. That was pretty cool. I mean, I like ice cream, so there's that. If you don't know, ice cream is actually like my kryptonite, so I can be bribed with it. There you go. There's like a bunch of people who know that now. Whoever's watching this live, everyone knows that now. So yeah. Anyway, but yeah, CM Punk is back. He also basically challenged Darby Allin. He said September 5th, I will see you there. So it looks like we're getting CM Punk versus Darby Allin at All Out. That should be really cool. Um, I personally would like to not see him wrestle until that time. Like, until All Out, he does not need to be putting on his wrestling trunks. He does not need to be wrestling anybody. Just let All Out be his first in-ring debut, because that moment is so big. And obviously the crowd's going to be behind CM Punk. But then again, no, I think the crowd will be divided between Punk and Darby. So, but it should be a really good match. Other matches that I would love to see: CM Punk versus Malachi Black. That's a match I want to really see. CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. Another great match that I think would be good. If Bryan Danielson is coming into the AEW, which it has heavily rumored that he is, Punk versus Danielson. I mean, I know they've done it before, but I mean, I want to see it again. Man, yeah, it's just that's just a couple of matches. If there's any matches that you'd like to see, let me know. I mean, I think I would love to see him work a contract with Japan at some point. I think from what I've heard, I think right now he wants to stay in AEW for a little bit, which you know, fair on Punk. Apparently, this is not a short term deal. CM Punk is in it for the long run, so rejoice, right? But it is amazing to finally see CM Punk come back. So welcome back, Punk. You know, I'm glad that you're back. You know, it's just it's a good moment, man. It's a great moment, and I'm really excited to see how they book CM Punk in AEW. So that would be cool. But how did WWE react to this? Well, SummerSlam last night. I didn't watch it. I just know of what happened, so I'm still just gonna cover it though. SummerSlam last night. We saw the return of Becky Lynch. She's been gone for almost a year now, because she was on maternity leave and everything. And because, you know, I don't know, she was having a baby, you know, she can't wrestle at that point, right? Anyway, but yeah, Becky Lynch, she gave birth, and you know, obviously she had to stay home for a while, and now she is back. She came back. Apparently, it was Sasha couldn't make it, so Carmella was supposed to be a replacement, and then and then Becky returned, which was great, and squashed Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's title in about 30 seconds. What? You know, I mean, this was definitely a very bittersweet moment. Great to see Becky Lynch back, but the fact that she was just coming in and squashing Bianca Belair like that, I mean, it just didn't sit well with me. I mean, first of all, she vacated the Raw Women's title when she went on maternity leave and gave it to Asuka. So why the hell is she fighting for the SmackDown Women's title? I mean, again, I get it. It's WWE, and WWE and logic is like oil and water. They don't mix. I get it. But still, I still have to ask that question. It would have made more sense for her to interfere in the Raw Women's title match. You know, have Becky pin. You don't want her to pin Charlotte, fine. Have her freaking pin Nikki. I don't care. And then you have the feud with Charlotte and Becky, because we need to do that again for like the 5 millionth time. I mean, the matches are always good, but the thing is, we've seen it so many times. So, yeah. And and by the way, guess who won the Raw Women's Championship? Charlotte Flair. Of course she did. Which is interesting because with everything happening. I mean, I guess because they wanted a Flair to still be on top and be like, oh, yeah, look, we can say that a Flair is, a multiple-time world champion now, because, Ric Flair, no longer with the company, showing up at AAA on Andrade's corner. Now they have to say, oh, there's Charlotte Flair, so we can finally say We have a Flair, and they are a 17-time world champion. Good old WWE, man. Seriously. Anyway, but yeah, Becky Lynch, she returned. It was good to see her back, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know why she had to freaking squash Bianca Belair. Um, just whatever. I mean, obviously, I think the rematch, the subsequent rematch is gonna be good for sure, but this just doesn't. This very off putting. If you don't mind me saying, if I can use that word, very off putting, and I was just like, come on, dude, seriously, like really. So yeah, it kind of sucked. Um, but later on that night, we did have Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, versus John Cena. And of course, Roman Reigns won that match. As he was celebrating, out came, you see it on the graphic, the Beast Incarnate. His Brock Lesnar's music played, and out came Lesnar. Out came Brock, made a beeline for Roman Reigns, and just stared him down. Brock, by the way, has that little ponytail, has, like a little beard going. That actually looks badass. I hope he keeps it. I swear to God. I really hope he keeps that look and they don't make him shave. Um, I really hope he just keeps that. Like that just looks really cool. So Brock Lesnar comes out and he's looking in really good shape too. I hope he comes out. I mean, it's gonna be cool. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. I'm guessing at like, what's the pay per view? What's the next pay per view? Not the next big four. I don't know what the next pay per view is. Is it? I don't. I mean, WWE pay per view schedules always keep changing. It's never consistent, so I'm always confused as to what's coming up. Is it? I mean, is it freaking? Is it eliminate? I wonder if it's gonna be. I don't know if it's Elimination Chamber or what it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if either Brock enters the chamber or he. Oh wait, no, chamber already happened. Never mind. Sorry, my bad. But no, I don't know how they're gonna do this. This is also interesting because you also got Paul Heyman in the mix. So whose side is he gonna be on? We don't know. So there are some interesting elements there for sure. But Brock Lesnar, I mean, see that's the thing. He was gone for like a whole year, and they brought him back. So there is some excitement that he came back. So that's pretty cool. And by the way, Brock Lesnar, for those who are saying he can't wrestle, no, he can. He can. Thank you very much. Um, he can wrestle, Brock Lesnar, and he it's just that he's a part timer and he doesn't like to, first of all, he doesn't watch the product, and second of all, he just doesn't give a shit, which kind of sucks. But I mean, at least that's his character. I'm sure he cares a little bit more in real life, but whatever. So, um, but Brock Lesnar coming back, I think if they do have Brock Lesnar take the title off of Roman Reigns, we could get finally Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. I want to see that. I actually wish he came back for after Lashley Goldberg. Kind of wish he came back after that instead of for this. But then again, the story is a little bit more fitting here because, like I said, Roman Reigns has, except for SummerSlam. Well, it also is this Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar has more victories over Roman Reigns than vice versa, right? Because Roman did beat Brock in 2018 in SummerSlam. I remember that because I streamed that whole damn pay per view, my reactions, and I got so bored and so tired of watching 6 hours of wrestling. But anyway, I mean, at least one good thing about WWE right now is at least they've shortened their pay per view length, so good on them. But I guess this is why they fired all those people. They needed enough money to bring back Brock Lesnar. Yeah, great. And Becky Lynch, apparently. Well, no, maybe not Becky Lynch, but Brock Lesnar for sure. But yeah, Brock Lesnar, I think, like I said, adds a very interesting wrinkle into the storyline of the Tribal Chief. He is one of the hurdles that he has to pass. That kind of have that story. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind if Brock loses and then goes over to, goes over to Raw and tries to challenge for the WWE title. Like, I would love to see that because that's, I think, the match that everybody wanted to see was Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar because both men have done MMA stuff before, and Bobby Lashley has actually a pretty interesting character now since he's been teaming up with MVP, and they're now the Hurt Business, although the Hurt Business is no longer around, which kind of sucks, but whatever. I think that with that would be a really cool match. I think that's the one match that we still can see from Brock Lesnar is Bobby Lashley. Would Brock ever come to AEW? I don't think so. I think he's gonna still stick around in WWE for as long as Vince can pay him. Maybe if he comes to AEW, it'll be interesting to see. But then again, Brock Lesnar kind of sucks on the mic, so I don't know what they're gonna do. Is he just gonna like not talk throughout this entire run? Is this Brock Lesnar's final run in the company? Is he going to finally dethrone Roman Reigns? Who knows? There's a lot there. There's a lot there, and I'm really looking forward to see what they do with Brock Lesnar. But yeah, Brock is. Hey, what's up, Jerry? Thank you for joining. But yeah, I mean, Brock's mic skills, they're not that good, man. I personally haven't seen anything that's good. Like, I mean, he talk every time he like. So I think like the presentation that he had with Paul Heyman was actually pretty good because like, Brock doesn't talk much, but whenever he does, it's like, oh damn, it's serious, So I think that's a good way of presenting Brock Lesnar. But now that he doesn't have a mouthpiece, how are they going to present Brock Lesnar? I mean, he looks basically like a freaking mercenary. I would love for him to take that kind of character, just kind of be like a mercenary. That just looks cool. I mean, I'm sorry, man. He just looks really cool. Like he looks cool. Like, and also he's like looking a lot more ripped. Um, you haven't heard of him in UFC? Yeah, okay, maybe. But yeah, that's the thing. In UFC, I think there's a little bit more leeway or a little bit more liberty he's got. Unfortunately, with the scripted promos, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it. Maybe on UFC, I haven't watched him in UFC. You're right, but I mean, I'm sure. I mean, well, maybe I'll go watch him. I don't know if you have any recommendations. Let me know. Um, but yeah, in you, I don't. But the thing is with WWE, with their whole thing with the scripted promos, I don't know how he's going to be on the microphone. Unless they say, here you go, Brock, here's a microphone, let her rip, Although he can't, I mean, I think I saw like one thing where he was in a UFC in the octagon and he was trying to, at that time, then champion, is it Daniel Cormier or DC, whatever his name is, and he basically said, I'm coming for you, mother effer. Obviously, Brock can't drop F-bombs. Brock can't swear that much. The thing is, I've seen from whatever. I mean, Brock just looks like a guy who just likes to swear, and WWE doesn't like swearing, so there's no point. I mean, he'll drop a crap ton of F-bombs, and he'll say shit, and he'll say like bitch and all that stuff, but I don't know, man. Hopefully they let him kind of just do his thing. If he really is as good as you say, Jerry, if he is that good on the microphone, I want to see him be able to, do what he can. So yeah, but welcome back, CM Punk. That was awesome. I would say Brock Lesnar is a distant second as far as rankings. CM Punk obviously the return of the week, absolutely. Then a distant second, Brock Lesnar, and then Becky Lynch. I would have put Becky Lynch higher if she didn't squash Bianca Belair. That's just me. So what does this all mean? That means the wrestling landscape is getting crazy. And also, Tony Khan apparently said that there's going to be a lot more people that he's signed. So like I said, I'm guessing Bryan Danielson looks like Bray Wyatt is close to sealing. Well, not close, but Bray Wyatt looks like he may be headed towards AEW. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just an exciting time. You never know who's gonna pop up where, right? So with that, that's it for my wrestling kind of news. We're gonna switch gears and talk about one more piece of news, and then we're gonna call it a day. So, excuse me. Oh, jeez. Star Wars Visions dropped a new trailer. Star Wars Visions, for those who don't know, is a series of 9 stories set in the Star Wars universe, and it's been directed by 9 different anime directors. So this is an anime, a Star Wars anime. I mean, I can't believe it took until 2021 for us to think of that. But hey, it is what it is. There's 2 trailers out. I mean, there is a trailer out. There's one in Japanese and one in English. Both are really good, but both are fantastic. It just looks so cool. I love it. It just looks amazing. I just saw the trailers. They look fantastic. They remind me of there's a lot of different inspirations I can see. I can see definitely a lot of Gundam / Evangelion reference. A lot of inspiration. Definitely, I don't know if anyone's watched if y'all have watched the anime Cyborg 009, but I can see a little bit of inspiration there. Yes, Jerry, it's gonna be in English for sure. You have to get Disney Plus. I know you don't have that, but I'm sure you'll find a way. Anyways, but it is in English. It's gonna be in Japanese and it's gonna be in English, so that's a good thing. I am gonna obviously watch the English dub. Do I have plans to review it? I'm not sure. I'll either do it here or on Gooniverse. I'm not sure. I definitely do want to talk about it. Like right now, Marvel's What If, by the way, is really good. If you haven't been watching it, definitely check it out. It's really good. But no, to answer your question, Jerry, yes, it's gonna be in English for sure. So yeah, but Star Wars, it looks really good. Like I said, a lot of inspiration from other anime, which I do like. Like for example, yeah, there's some Gundam inspiration. There is some maybe some like samurai, Rurouni Kenshin inspiration there, which is pretty cool. I actually did like that show a lot. Rurouni Kenshin / Samurai X. I know it goes by both names. I don't know which one is which, but I believe there's 2 different. I think they're both 2 different animes, or are they the same anime? I've been always confused about Rurouni Kenshin / Samurai X, but whatever. Still cool though. Both Samurai X is also really cool. So anyway, but it has a little bit of those feelings. And a lot of the also obviously a little bit of because there's a little bit of like that samurai feel. I guess some inspiration from Akira Kurosawa and Seven Samurai. I see a lot of different inspirations there. I mean, even a little bit of Dragon Ball I see in there. Even a little bit of Dragon Balls, just a little hint, just a little bit. Either way, man, all of this looks so good, and I'm so happy to be a Star Wars fan. Like I said, I don't know why it took so long for them to think of a Star Wars anime, but here we are. It's 2021, and we have it. September 22nd, by the way, it's the release date, releasing exclusively on Disney Plus. I don't know if they're gonna do like episode per episode every week, or if they're just gonna give us the whole enchilada right then and there. Either way, man, it's really good. So, in other words, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan and a great time to be a nerd. So, oh man, this has been a very good week. As far as like the, wrestling and nerd culture is concerned, those are the 2 things that I wanted to really talk about today. But yeah, Star Wars Visions, dude, I can't wait to see what they do. I may either do like an episode by episode review, or I will wait till the whole show is over and then review it then. I don't know what to do, but I definitely want to cover it on this channel. And my God, my lighting is so trash. I hate this lighting so much. I need to get it. I need to bring the ring light from downstairs. Anyway, but you know, I think that Star Wars Visions is going to be really interesting. And by the way, it has nothing to. So these stories take place in the Star Wars universe. They're not necessarily going to have characters like, people in the Star Wars canon, like, Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker and Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Vader, I guess. Well, I said Darth Vader technically because Anakin Skywalker. But it's a very interesting way. I think it's kind of cool that they kind of, go away from characters in the main continuity. And this is also including Mandalorian. This is also including Clone Wars, Bad Batch, all that stuff. This is just 9 independent stories that just take place in this universe. And I think that's really, really awesome. And I am very, very excited for Star Wars Visions. September 22nd. Cannot get here soon enough. Looking forward to this, man. I am just, like I said, I am stoked. I am really, really stoked. But anyway, so I know that this is a shorter one, but I am going to end it here because I don't know what else to say except I'm just looking forward to it. But again, CM Punk, welcome back. Becky Lynch, welcome back. Brock Lesnar, welcome back as well. Yes, Brock Lesnar, welcome back. But Star Wars Visions, gonna be awesome. Can't wait for it. Like I said, the anime, just seeing the different inspirations that this anime is taking, just got me really excited. So with that being said, don't forget to join me on Instagram when I go live and I do live reactions for Takeover 36. Well, the match between Cole and O'Reilly. I'm gonna be reacting to that, and yeah, that's gonna be it. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Tell your friends about the NerdyMark. All that jazz. And until next time, this is Sid signing off. You guys take care. Bye-bye.